Okay, we have Navy coach Ken Niumatalolo. We'll be joined shortly by Zach Abey and Micah. Coach, if you would, an opening statement on the game and your thoughts.
Well, first and foremost, all the credit to Coach Rule and Temple. They got after us today. They're definitely more prepared than we were. They out-coached us, definitely. Tip your hat to them. They played well, and it was a good old-fashioned butt whipping. And it started with me as the head coach, and you got to give Matt credit. His team was prepared, and I did a bad job with preparing our team. We suffered some tough losses today physically, and we got to find a way to bounce back. As painful as it is right now, we obviously got Army next week, and we got to find a way to bounce back.
Yeah, what's the status of Will and Antonio? Anything you know any more definitive right now?
Right now, they're out for the season. I don't know exactly why, but just trainers told that they're out, so they're out for next week.
We do have a microphone. We can get to you for questions as well. So.
And then Ken, kind of as a follow-up to that, now Zach's going to run the show. What's your thought process kind of going forward as you get ready for Army, or are you not even thinking about that right now?
Well, he's Zach knows what's going on. It's a tough situation to put him in. Young quarterback. We were down, but we were down before, the injury. We weren't playing really well on either side of the ball, especially on offense. We had some turnovers early that hurt us. Got stopped on fourth down. But you got to give them credit. They played really well today, and we didn't play well. But the injuries, took some steam out of us to see your starting quarterback get hurt and out for the year, and your offensive team captain. So we have both of our captains that are out for the year, and we lose a two starting quarterbacks. We just got to find a way to bounce back. There have been a lot of good. Obviously, those were bad, and it's tough to see a team come and celebrate on our field, but they earned it. We can't make any excuses. There's no complaints. They kicked our butts today.
Ken, you knew it would be tough studying against this defense. What can you say about the Temple defense, and what did you feel they did well today?
Coach Snow is a really good football coach. The guy's been around, the game for many years, and we knew it would be a tough game because he's a really good football coach. Their kids played well, and we didn't play well. Early on we had some mental assignments that we haven't had in a long time. For a long time. From Notre Dame on, Houston on, we've been playing really solid on offense, but we had some missed assignments that we normally don't have. Just, I don't know if it was the moment of the game and the stage, whatever the case may be, but we made some assignments, missed assignments that we normally don't make. But they made some plays too. It wasn't all that. They made plays and we didn't make plays.
Ken, you played a lot of games in a row. Teams grinded it out. You scored 160 points last 4 games coming in. Going forward towards Army with no week off, do you do anything differently as far as preparing? And is there a fatigue factor involved at this point in the season?
No, we're grateful to be in that game. We're not going to make excuses about being in the championship game. We were grateful to be here. We didn't play well, and you got to give them credit. I got to go back and look at myself as a coach. What I need to do better to make sure that we're mentally prepared for the game. But we started off slow, and that can't be us. We've normally been on point early on, but we missed some early drives. Early on, actually started a little bit like South Florida. We were just kind of in a funk a little bit, and by the time we got out of it, we had gotten hurt. And we couldn't get out of that hole. And the defense started to make some really good plays in the second half, in the second quarter, but we couldn't get anything going on offense.
Zach, how comfortable were you running the offense? Did you get enough reps this week?
I felt pretty comfortable. Getting game reps the last couple of weeks helped a lot. And yes, ever since Tago got hurt, I started getting more practice reps, which helps a lot. I run the second huddle. I get the exact same look we see out in the field. So, and then Will helped me. He was telling me what kind of what was out there and everything. So I felt pretty comfortable. It was hard to get the ball rolling.
Can you talk about the responsibility that falls to your shoulders if indeed you have to start against Army, as though it appears might be the case?
I mean, yeah, that's going to be a big responsibility, but I'm up for it. I mean, as a second string, you have to warm up every game like as if you're one play away, which kind of showed out there today. So I mean, my preparation is going to be kind of the same. Just act, I mean, as if like I'm going to play in the game anyway. So whatever happens, if Will comes back, I'm not sure what his status is, but I'll be ready to play next Saturday if that comes to it.
Did you feel like you learned a lot out there today? I mean, obviously, this is the most game action you've seen at a meaningful time in a game. Did you feel like that was a great learning experience for you, Zach?
Yeah, I feel like I learned a lot. I definitely missed some reads. Wish I had some plays back. But I mean, with game experience, I mean, it comes along. But I mean, hopefully, we'll have a good week of practice this week, and we'll get ready for Army.
Ken, it appeared like they took your fullback away from you today. Is that a fair statement as far as everything else kind of coming off of that?
No, it has nothing to do with that. I mean, you look at our carries of how much our fullback, I mean, it's what we dictate, a lot of stuff. They just played well. It had nothing to do schematically. You know what I mean? They played an 8-man front and 6 in a 4-3 look. They just played better than we did. You know, it wasn't a schematic, though. They just beat the crap out of us. You know, there wasn't, a magic wand that they just hit us in the mouth. And we haven't been hit in the mouth in a long time and haven't responded. Normally, we hit people in the mouth, other people in the mouth, and to Temple's credit, they hit us in the mouth, and we were dazed the whole game. It's like they hit us with the overhand right on offense early on, and we couldn't respond.
Micah, can you just talk about falling behind 21-0? Obviously, that's not the start the defense wants.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. 21 points, and I think the first 2 quarters, it's not what we want. Been saying the past couple of weeks we need to pick it up on defense, and we didn't show up as a defense in the first quarter. And when you get behind, we run the ball, so it's sometimes it's tough. But they outplayed us on offense.
Like, you guys played much better in the second half. What adjustments did you make to kind of shut them down in the third quarter?
People doing their job. First quarter, I mean, a lot of people were just missing assignments, which is how they got their big plays, which is how you get every big play, somebody not doing their job. So I think we made an effort to everybody do their individual job. Don't do too much. Don't do too little. Just do what you have to do and do what you're coached to do. The coaches get to do a great job of preparing us. Coach Pearson called a great game. It was us messing up.
Any other questions for Navy?